Okay, welcome back to Nick's Vids. In this video I'm going to go over the differences between a cheap eBay stunt clutch and an expensive righteous stunt clutch. And in all honesty, is it really worth spending £140, including import, shipping, so on a stunt clutch? Or does a cheap eBay one do the job? I've got the righteous stunt clutch in my bag. I'm going to ride around using this one, talk a little bit about this one. I'm going to swap them over and then tell you my initial thoughts, my straight up opinion straight away without any like previous ride. I'm just going to go and tell you if there's a massive difference. Okay, so this eBay one costs about £20. These will fit on almost most bikes just straight away and they'll go. Same as the righteous stunt clutch. You don't have to do anything to them. The only issue with them on on dirt bikes is you need this little metal adapter here, this one here. That's a little spacer to allow the clutch to have enough pull on it, if that makes sense, because the wire cable's almost too long for these clutches, so it needs that little bit extra pull, and that's what that little metal spacer does right there. What have my thoughts been on this? To be honest, I've been using this for about a year, maybe a year and a half, and it's been great. No issue. It moves, it functions, it does what a clutch does. It pops if you need it to pop. It does it. It's an all right clutch. And honestly, I've never tried an RSC, so I can't compare the two yet. But I will do that in a minute, and I'll talk about the differences I can tell straight away. I have to lube it quite a lot because I do feel it start to grind and bind up a bit. But that's obviously because I do quite a lot of off-roading, so grit and shit's getting in there. And to be honest, I imagine the same thing's going to happen in the RSC one. I've taken these on and off a few times, but as you can see, it moves. That's because a bolt sheared in there, because it's cheap hardware. You've got to take that into account. I literally barely gave it 2 white knuckles, and it just went. You see what I mean? And it sheared. And it was disappointing. But that is one thing to bear in mind, those bolts are cheap. It's a cheap lever, it's made by cheap metal, cheap aluminium, cheap grade aluminium. When it comes to looks, it looks pretty similar. There's not a massive difference in it. It's it's very similar to what the RSC one looks. Obviously, I went to just boring old black. If you'd gone more of a funky colour, like I've done with the RSC, it'd look more spectacular. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with this clutch. You can see how it's been wearing a little bit in the insides. Okay, so that's my overview on the cheap eBay stunt clutch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull over. I'll do a quick swap over. I'll show you how to swap it over quickly on a dirt bike anyway. And then we'll get back on the bike and I'll tell you my straight up initial thoughts on how different it is, how different it feels. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the old clutch. I'm going to swap it to the new one. And then we'll carry on and we'll see how much of a difference it really makes. Okay, so here is my RSC clutch. I got it in cyan blue, I'm pretty sure it is. And it looks awesome to start with. It's nice to see the engraving in it. It really shows off the fact it is an RSC clutch, righteous stunt clutch. You can really see how much time and effort they put into each one of these clutches. I'm really grateful for that because it looks fantastic. I'm being really delicate with it at the moment till it goes on the bike, and then whatever happens to it happens to it. Cable off. Okay, there's a straight up comparison of the two clutches. They're quite similar. I think the RSC one is slightly longer, but I think that's because I went for the 2 finger rather than the single finger. I can't remember exactly, but they are very similar. Obviously this company has nicked the design from this company, from the RSC. And obviously this one has 3 rather than 2 holes. Not that that makes a difference really. I think no one will ever use the 2 at the top. It'll always be for the lightest feel clutch, in my opinion anyway. Okay, so you can actually get this spacer. You can either make one yourself, because it doesn't look super complicated if you've got some sort of material to use. I've just mangled it a little bit trying to get it out of the old clutch. The spacer fits onto the clutch like that, and it gives that little bit extra distance for the cable to go, because obviously the cable sticking out of here is longer than on a regular motorbike, where I think there'd be literally about that distance shorter. And I'll put a link to where you can buy this spacer if you do plan on using one of these on your dirt bike. So straight up, I've noticed this lever is slightly longer than the eBay clutch, so I am going to have to, because it is rubbing against my finger slightly there, so I'm going to have to move it along a bit. So that includes moving the Brembo just a tiny bit. Okay, so there we go. RSC Clutch is fitted. It stands for Righteous Stunt Clutch if anyone's interested. They do mainly do stunt clutches, that's the whole idea. But then they can be fitted to any motorcycle. If you like the feel and the look of them, you can fit it to any motorcycle, even if it's not a stunt bike. Okay, so how does it feel to start with? So, first of all, it feels smooth. It feels a lot smoother. There's a little bearing in here, which is, well, one of the reasons it feels so smooth. It just feels nice, fluid, easy to ride, and it does feel nice. It's a nice feeling clutch. The real question is it £100 worth? The look of it, fucking yes, it looks fantastic. Really well done, no issues, no marks, no scratches, nothing. It came and it was spotless. The feel compared to the eBay one, I don't know. It is good, it definitely feels better, but is it worth that £100? I'm not too sure. It's always going to be a hard one. If you got the money, no brainer. It feels great, it feels lovely. Though, I don't think I'd buy it as my first clutch. I'd give the eBay one a go, just to see if that's what, if that one finger, two finger action is what you like. If it isn't, it will be a massive bill at the end of the day for you. So it's worth, well, checking it out first. With the eBay one, it's worth buying the eBay one just to have a little look, just to see how, have a little feel and how it feels, and see if that's the clutch for you, if you see what I mean. Once you've got a bit of spare money, it's a no-brainer. It's worth doing. I'm definitely not going to buy another eBay one. I'll always go for one of these because they are, at the end of the day, it's great. It looks good, it feels good, it's smooth, and I haven't tried it doing any actual wheelies or stunts, but just by the feel of it now, I know I'll be able to coast quite happily and pop it up with ease at the end of the day, and it is good. I don't think it'll make me a better stunt rider, just got to say that. I think that's down to myself, that's down to me. I don't think that'll change. It'll reduce hand fatigue for sure, like my hand won't feel as tired, but at the end of the day it's still a dirt bike clutch, so it's still going to be a heavy clutch. It would be interesting to hear what anybody else who's got this, what they think of it. It definitely looks fantastic, feels great, though I'm struggling to see whether or not it's really worth that £100, because it is a lot of money. If it was just £100, then yeah, definitely worth it, but with 140 with import tax, and you could get charged more for import at the end of the day, that is a hard one. That is a hard one indeed. Okay then, there you go. This is my little overview and my thoughts and feelings about an RSC Stunt Clutch, and is it really worth it over a cheap eBay one? I think in conclusion, I think it is worth it, but only if you got the money. I wouldn't go throwing all your pocket money at one of these when at the end of the day a £15 eBay, £15, £20 eBay one would do it quite happily. So yes, there you go. Thank you very much for watching Nick's Vids. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a like. And if you've got any thoughts about this, if you disagree with me or agree with me, just buzz us a comment in the bottom. It helps everyone else who's watching this video get an idea. So, thank you very much for watching Nick's Vids. I'll see you later. Okay, so I've just met with Steve. We're going out on a ride out today, and he's just told me that this is a clutch for life. Not like if it breaks or becomes faulty. If you snap it...
Yeah, if you crash it and bin it and it breaks, they'll still send you a new one, no questions asked.
Oh, I generally didn't even realise that, and that is changed my mind a little bit more about it, because I was like...
Plus import and everything, but it's like, well, you now have that for the rest
That's it, I suppose all I've got to pay is the postage and packaging back to him. Oh, that is good, that is. So, there you go. That is another little bonus with these stunt clutches. Warranty for life, I suppose, isn't it?
Only on the proper RSCs.
Yes, only on the proper RSCs. Yeah, no, that's a no-brainer. I've got that in my bag, and that'll be going in the bin when I get home. So, okay, no worries. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.